So I'm just leaving a church service on West 99th in Denison, and they didn't even have to say anything. I was so inspired just to be in the place because of what was on the door. There was a sign on the door saying basically, you all can't have anything here. No, nothing. Basically, this church ruffled the feathers of apparently the wrong people because they were housing the homeless. You know, how dare a church house homeless people on cold winter nights in Cleveland without proper, stuff. And I get it. There are some things that you have to have in place for safety measures. I get that, because a building without certain safety codes is far more dangerous than 0-degree temperatures in Cleveland outside. I get it. Got to make sure you have those fire extinguishers because, we're okay with you dying from hypothermia. Just don't die from a potential fire, I guess. All right. Something like that. And so instead of working with the organization to figure out how can we help you be helpful to the community, they just say shut down. And that bothers me that we've come to a place where that's where we are. There are people in this world who are called to do the work, but that's not everybody. There are also people in this world who are called to help the people who are called to do the work. And I think that's a larger percentage of us. That I can't do everything, nor do I have any desire or aspirations of doing everything. I do what I do. There are other things that I don't do that I am interested or concerned about making sure that these things come to pass. And so not being in the position to do anything about them, I can still support the person who is. For example, I might not necessarily be in the position to go to Ghana right now and do some work, but I could donate money to the person who can go, or I could bring awareness. I mean, the least I could do is bring awareness to a fundraiser that they may be putting on to go. How difficult is it for you to repost somebody's post on Facebook about a fundraiser? But some of us are too lazy to even do that, or too not concerned to even do that. And so I stand with Denison Avenue United Church of Christ in the work that they're doing, and I just believe that this will all work to the benefit of the people. That anytime you're aspiring to do something good, like help those less fortunate, there will always be opposition. And I thank God for people like Pastor Nozomi Akuda, who are willing to face persecution, face a whole bunch of other things because of her desire to do what is right. To do what is right, if you look throughout American history, has not always been popular. To do what is right, if you look throughout American history, has not always been legal. But to do what is right, if you look throughout American history, has always been necessary. There has to be somebody who's willing to do the right thing, even if it's not the legal thing, or even if there are some people who may be willing to make your life a living hell for doing it. Somebody's got to be willing to stand up there. And so I'm inspired by her. I just wanted to go today and just be in the presence because I'm just inspired. There are people out there who are still willing to fight the fight, who realize that there's a difference between church work and the work of the church. We get so many people get so caught up in church or whatever their religious affiliation is, making sure the building is okay and that we have nice parking spots and all that stuff is great. Like, do that. You want to add TVs to your sanctuary, do that. If you want to live stream your messages, all that's great. But that's not the work of the church. We have a responsibility, and our responsibility is to feed those who are hungry, to clothe those who are naked, to see about those who are incarcerated, to basically help those who are in need of help. It's not just to sit in a building and sing songs to God, praising God as if God doesn't know that God is God. God doesn't need your praise. God doesn't need your praise. God just doesn't need your praise. I'm not saying don't do it. Go ahead. Do your thug thizzle. Do what you do. What he needs for us to do is to be his hands in this place. to be his arms in this place, to be his feet in this place. Basically what I'm saying is I need you to get off of your do nothing and do something. Do something. And so, Pastor Nazomi, shout out to you for actually doing something. And I hope this inspires other religious leaders or just decent human beings to do something in their community. Everybody can do something. And if everybody does something, eventually everything will get done.